I thought I better record this.
But every test that I've sent and everybody I asked to send me an email from that, no email has appeared from anybody else. I finally got a response from the support people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have an Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a laptop that's Apple.
Mm-hmm.
And the instructions seem to apply for one or the other, but can't apply for both.
Mm.
Well, so a question I sent to support, because nobody gives their name
Mm-hmm.
unless it's Shelley. But so I asked them questions about what's the purpose of this email address. I don't know what they'll say. I asked them to send me a message from the email address as a reply to what I sent them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they'll do.
Okay, do you want me to share my screen with you and show you what my emails looks like? See if it looks like the same as yours? Or do you want to just share screens and show me what your email looks like? Oops, you froze. Somebody froze. There you go. You're moving again. You froze for a minute.
Yes, it went away completely.
Oh, wow.
So
Do you want to share your screen and
if
show me what your email looks like?
I sent Ron an email from it. I sent Jarvis an email from it.
Mm-hmm.
If they replied, it went somewhere else. I have no idea where it went. Meaning,
Well, why don't you and I try an experiment and
okay,
see if we can send an email to each other
okay.
and see if we receive those emails from each
Well,
of our, because I've been wondering the same about mine.
Well, did you ever reply to my request before about sending me a message to it?
You sent me, hi Jeannie, you sent me a message last week.
Mm-hmm.
So so let's do that. Let's try practice sending message from our email. So I'm going to make a note to send from my 5PC email. Oh, whoops. So I'm going to make a point of sending you a message. I'm not going to be able to do it right now. Well, yeah, I'm just wondering how I do that. Just figuring it out here, thinking in my head.
Well, see, if there's no real purpose for having the email, I mean, as a tool we use.
Well, you have to have the email because it's tied in with your CRM. And so when your messages go out from your CRM, that's the email that they're sent out from, right?
I don't know. I don't know
So
because every time I test it, it yields nothing. Nothing at
yeah,
all. Nothing.
okay. So without sending a CRM email, we could just practice, try and send one email. So I'm going to go into the 5PC email here.
Now, Zoom takes over the laptop 100%. You can do nothing with the computer while it's on Zoom.
Really? I just hit the escape button and it shrinks down to a smaller window.
Well, I'll try it
And
and see
then,
what it does.
yeah, because
Okay. So I didn't know you could do it that way. It
yeah,
would
so
never
you
do
should
it
be able to
before.
do work on your desktop at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make sure I've got the right one. Okay, went to the wrong www.5pcglobalmail.com. I always have to look at this every time I go in there. Now, something that I've noticed on the email is the end of the email, get into the server, it goes .com, so it's 5pcglobalmail.com, but then it's got colon 2096.
Well, they sent me a link,
Mm-hmm.
and the link actually worked, but then it came up saying you have to configure the email. So I tried a couple of experiments, and
Uh-huh.
finally one of them worked.
Mm-hmm.
And but every time the support people send me, well, they just logged in and it works.
So is
And
your email rrfitzler@gmail.com?
well, that is an email address I have, but I'm not talking about that. I'm
Yeah.
5PC Global email.
Oh, I'm going to send it to your 5PC Global email. What is your 5PC Global?
R. Fritzler
At 5pcglobalmail.com.
So the one that's reliable, I have to look up in the Gmail that they sent me because it's a little bit different than the original one. R. Fritzler at 5pcglobalmail.com.
Yeah, got that. Okay, I'm sending you an email right now. And let me know if you receive it. So I'm sending you your email from my PC Global email, right? So if
Yeah.
they talk, we're just going to see if they talk to each other.
Yeah. So now I get the webmail thing.
Uh-huh.
I put in the password.
Yeah.
So it's working. And now it's got,
Did you get my email yet?
yes.
Yay, it works.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the next step is to set up the CRM and practice sending the CRM, the funnel, to each other. Okay.
Now,
Okay. So we are.
if I reply,
Mm-hmm.
see, so all I have to do is hit the reply and then I can reply back to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is really like super success.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. I always figure there's a way to fix it, no matter what it is.
well, there has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, why would they use something that's useless?
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
and I don't, do you think that they ever send you any information from the 5PC Global
Yeah.
through
Oh, here we
that?
are testing the email from Richard.
Mhm.
Ta-da! Hi, Christine. And I've got you sent me back and it says it's my testing site. So there we go. We got it. Came through.
So I sent a message to the support people asking them to reply to this email
Mm-hmm.
so I would know it's working. So far, I haven't heard anything back.
So I have had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 messages come into my inbox from most of them from head office, and one of them is from you, right? So now
Okay.
that we know that the platform works for you,
Mhm.
we can start working on other parts. But I need to ask Jeannie now if what she's got, because she's not involved with the bump card.
Uh-huh.
So she's here for marketing and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'll help Jeannie for a little bit, and then we can get back to you, okay?
Okay.
So just stay on, and you can get working in your back office if you want while you're listening.
Hi.
Hi, Jeannie.
Oh, I've been having yeah, you know that I have a cold and it's still hanging on. So
Oil of oregano.
well, I just bought some today.
Oh, good.
And so what does that do?
Okay, so what it does is it boosts your immune system.
Yeah.
So it's an antioxidant, and it just really powerful antioxidant. So when you take oil of oregano, and there's different strengths of oil of oregano. You have to be careful that you get the one that you can take. There's a really, really powerful concentrated one, and it needs to be diluted with an oil of some sort. I use olive oil for diluting it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's one that you can use for sanitizing everything to kill all the germs in your house. So you just put a few drops on a cloth. We'll go around and wipe all your doorknobs
Oh,
and
okay.
all your desktops and your countertops, and you can use it straight that way. But if you're going to take it orally, you need to dilute it 10 to 1.
Oh,
So
10
10
to 1.
parts of oil to 1 part of the oil of oregano. But if you
Oh.
bought it on the counter and it's in a little bottle, it's only a couple of ounces, it's probably okay to just take that orally. You don't need to double check.
Oh, so I got it at Shoppers. I was out this morning,
Yeah,
so I thought
yeah.
I got it. I got the liquid because I know it's very spicy. So
Yeah.
I used, oh, it says 5 drops, but I only
Okay.
used 3.
Okay. Well,
So,
I do 6.
Oh, well, I like to kind of increase it a little bit, like
Yeah,
just the first time.
yeah.
So, the,
First time getting it, it's a little bit of a shock.
so you do put it in oil then, but not water.
Well, here's the thing. I just put a few drops on my palm of my hand and lick it off
Oh,
because getting it into your tongue your tongue's very porous, right?
yeah.
And so it absorbs the oil of oregano faster. And then I sip some tea or I like calf lib. I have calf lib quite often, or I'll have hot apple cider. You can buy little pouches of the hot apple cider and use that. Um, or sometimes orange juice or apple
Mm.
juice. I find the citrus sort of cuts that bite down so it doesn't
Oh,
taste so bitey.
oh,
When I was giving it to my kids and my grandkids, oh my grandkids, they get around, it's really funny to watch their faces. The first time you give it to them, I just put 2 drops in a teaspoon of ice cream
mm,
and I give it to them, hide it, but they still will taste that eventually. It comes through, right? But they get used to it after a while and they realize that there's going to be a bite there. Oh, goody, I get an ice cream, but it's going to be a bite.
so is that helping with the cough? Because right now I've got a cough
Yeah,
and
it
I
does.
need I need to make sure it's getting better.
Yeah, and if you've got a virus, so here's the thing: if you've got strep throat is bacterial, and
Mm-hmm.
it won't touch it. But if you've got just a virus, a cold and a cough,
Yeah.
then it'll help. It'll even help with nausea if you've got the virus of the flu and you get nausea with it as well. You can take the oil of oregano. And I just take 6 drops every 2 hours during the
Oh,
daytime when I'm awake. Every 2 hours, you take the 6 drops or however much you're going to take. Some of my girlfriends just take 3 drops to start with when they're starting
mm,
out with it.
yeah.
And take it
Okay.
every 2 hours, and then just take a little bit of, like I said, tea or hot apple cider. I find hot apple cider is the best. I like it the best.
Mm.
But that's me. And that's naturopathic Dr. Christine talking.
Great. Yeah, because I haven't used it before and I thought it's actually loosen. I feel like it's loosening up the phlegm.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Oh,
When I can catch a cold just as it's starting, because I can always tell, because my nasal passages start getting clogged, right? And I know that something's happening, and my nose starts to run, and I go, uh-oh. So then I take it immediately. I usually carry a little bottle with me in my purse. I can't tell you how many times I've had a bottle of oregano in my purse, and somebody's been sitting beside me on a plane or um, in a meeting somewhere, or I meet somebody somewhere and they're having these symptoms starting, and I just say, you need oil of oregano. So I give them some right there. We drop it on the palm of their hand and I tell them, lick it off. And then usually in a coffee shop, then they can just sip on whatever it is they're having.
mm-hmm.
And the faces they make the first time they take it is kind of funny. I wish I'd taken a picture of everybody and I'd put a video together. Anyway, you can also buy gel caps that have oil of oregano in.
Yeah.
And I used to be able to get them at Planet Organic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Planet Organic had them. But the last time I went there, they didn't have any. They were out. I guess people are getting wise to oil of oregano.
Well, I like to control it because if you put the capsules in and it opens up, it makes it hot. Like it'll like it's I don't know, it's not good for the stomach. So I like to
Yeah. Yeah.
I like to control it with the oil.
Yeah,
That
well, that's
way.
me too. I really like to control it. And now that I'm used to the taste, I
Mhm.
know what to expect. Not that I really like the taste. I
No.
just know it works, and so I do it all the time. I've been taking it here. I just took some oil of oregano about an hour ago because I've had a little bit of a head cold. So
Mhm.
I think it's going around. Excuse me.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think I'll take some more.
Okay.
Because it was this morning, about 10 or 11 o'clock. So
Mm-hmm.
it's time.
Yeah, it's time.
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll give you some time to take another dose just before you go to bed too.
Mm-hmm.
So what time is it now? So it's 4. So you take another dose around 6:30 after if you take one or around 7:30 and then take another one when you go to bed. So you've got enough time for 2 more doses
2
today.
more for sure. Oh, that'll be good. That
Yeah.
helps. That'll help me.
And then as soon as you feel better, stop taking it.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
continue to take it on after you're feeling better, because what'll happen is then your body will get used to it and it won't boost your immune system like it should when you are sick.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always get this. Whenever I get a cold, that's not very often. It
Yeah.
always gets in my chest.
Yeah. It's not me either. I don't get a cold very often either. So, yeah, it's really nice to have these remedies that can help us.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, so so I do you had showed me one time about how to, like, where you put like to link, like it says click here and then then you should add a link to let's say my URL. So do you, like, when you write, like say you're writing a story or you're writing an article and
Mm-hmm.
or I wanted to send an email to somebody, and instead of writing that URL fully, you say
Mm-hmm.
click here, and then do you add a link? Do you say
What
to,
email do you use?
I'm using my Gmail.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, okay?
Okay.
If you don't mind. And then, because that'll be the easiest way for me to show you.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to try that. Then that way, like I've got 2 Gmails, so then I can send
Mm-hmm.
one to my other one. So
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to go in and go into one of my Gmail here. Okay, and so let's say I'm going to compose a Gmail. Oops, I've already got one up there. So let's say I'm going to send a Gmail to Jeannie. There you go. It automatically shows up.
mhm.
And the subject is how to attach a URL to a phrase in email. Okay,
Mhm.
so URL. Okay, so then number 1, you compose the body of your email. Number 2, you go into this area down here. See where you see the little chain?
Yeah, insert link. Yeah.
Yeah, you click on insert link. And number 3, So I'm going to click on insert link here. So the text you want to display is here's a short video for you, and what is the URL you want to attach? So and you go into your document that where you keep all the things that you want to share. And let's see.
So when you're saying the URL, is that like your link to like say tapestry or something like that? Is that the URL?
Yeah. So you go in and you copy the link that you want to share and you paste it in here.
Yeah.
And double check it, make sure. So see, this also copied the word phrase at the beginning of it. So I don't want that word phrase to be included. I just want the HTTPS to be at the very beginning.
Okay.
So you see, I'm taking everything out before HTTPS. So here's a short video for you. And so you're putting in a web address and you click OK. And so when you click that, here's a short video for you. It'll open up a video that will play when you receive it. So I'm going to just send it to you.
Okay, so when you, here is a short video for you. When you click on that, that should bring up your URL then, is that correct?
Yeah, when you click on that, it brings it up and the URL will show up in the top, in that little line at the very top, where you always see the address, the web address.
Yes.
So this is actually a URL is the same thing as a web address. So it's another URL, web address. They both mean the same thing.
Okay, good.
My husband bought me a soda pop just before I came here. So does that make sense to you? So I'm going to send this over to you.
Okay, that's perfect. I'll have to give that a try.
So I'm going to have to stop share now. So that way, when you get there, you've seen me walk through it, and then I send you the email so that you've now got the steps. So hopefully that'll come together for you when you actually try to do it.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to know, like, when you have an email, like you have it with Keep, or like, you have it with
Keep or MailChimp or Constant Contact or.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So do you actually have to send emails out yourself? Or like how do you go about doing that? Because I know that I haven't set up my MailChimp. I don't know yet, but and I was waiting for GrooveFunnels,
and they're still not. I know.
Alan was saying that she's having issues with it. So
yeah, well, at least MailChimp is free.
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and use, and I've used MailChimp a little bit. And so if you need a little bit of help with MailChimp, I can pinch hit a little bit with you.
Okay.
Because at church, they wanted somebody to do a weekly bulletin. And so I just set it up on MailChimp on a free account and gradually added people in there. And so I didn't get kicked off that time because I was using a different email.
Right.
And so I got a little bit of experience using MailChimp doing that.
Oh, good. Perfect. Yeah, that'd be good because then that'll go like the MailChimp, like you can set it up every 3 weeks to send out. Like,
yes, you can set up a email sequence. And most all email platforms have a way to calendar and to set up the email sequences. So if you hear Richard and I talking about the CRM and the email sequences with the bump card, it's the same kind of a thing with Keep and with MailChimp. You can still set up emails and schedule them to go out at different
Mhm.
times.
Mhm.
So they automatically go out.
Mhm. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then you always write up your own email then, is that right?
Yes, I write my own emails and then I schedule them to go out. So I'll share my screen again here and I'll show you. Share screen. And I'm just going to do this one. Let's see, let's go into my Keep. This is my Keep email.
Mhm.
My goal is to eventually get rid of Keep because I don't want to be paying for Keep and the bump card one. So
Right.
I want to make sure I've got my bump card really working well before I get rid of this. So you can see here, I sent an email out, an email broadcast out. It went out at 3:18 today. There's
Yes, I
one
saw that.
scheduled for 2:30 a.m. I thought I would do something crazy and reach out to the people in India. And then I've got one scheduled for 9:30 a.m. on tomorrow.
Mhm.
January the 5th, I had one scheduled for 9:30 a.m. January the 4th, I had scheduled for 4:30 p.m. So I will sit down. I'm not finished scheduling emails. Usually Mondays are my days to schedule emails. And
Mhm.
so I try to get them scheduled to go out. So I've at least started with one every day. And then I do a second one, try to get the second one in. But I'm not so worried about getting 2 emails a day. If I can just get one email going out every day, at least 5 days a week, I think I feel really good. Like I've had some great success.
Mhm.
And just take little excerpts, experiences, little stories from your life, like what I do, and talk about pickleball and some funny things that have happened in pickleball. I would
Oh yeah. Right?
just say, pickleball, when I first started pickleball, and tell a little bit about what it was like when you first started to play pickleball and all the things that you had to do. And then say, that's just like whatever it is that you want to liken it to. It could be 5PC Global, or it could be, you're not in 5PC Global, your 5 billion sales,
Mhm.
or your Tapestry, or it could be your Cash FX.
Mhm.
So any one of those, you could twist it into so that there's a comparison there, so people can get the gist of what you're trying to bring across.
Right, right. Yeah, just keep consistent,
Yeah,
really practice.
yes,
Yeah,
practice makes perfect. My mom always used to say to me.
that's right.
And I'm
Perfect.
practicing the piano, and I was so frustrated with scales, but now I
Mhm.
can play the piano.
Good. Okay, that's perfect. Because I really haven't started this email thing, and I want to get started with it. Like you were
Yeah,
saying, that do a
yeah.
little bit at a time. So
Well,
we
you've
can.
got a bunch of whoops from Gloria, haven't you?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you can upload those contacts into your contact list for MailChimp.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I call it the monkey email because I always forget what the name of it is.
Right. That's right. Perfect. Yeah, that's good. And then have it sent out. Okay. Well, I'll work on that and see how that works on
Yeah.
MailChimp. Because
Hmm.
I won't have as many emails, so, or people to send out. So that'll be good. Get started
Well,
on.
how many whoops did you get? Have you got a couple hundred or so whoops?
Oh, not even that. Maybe, I don't know. I have to go through them because
Hmm.
I know it has been a while. So,
So the first email you want to send to them is send them a thank you, sort of like a love letter. Thank you for being uh, checking out some of the lead magnets I've sent to you. I've really appreciated having you join my email team, and it's my goal to share tips and tricks to do with online marketing, if you wanted to say that. I'm just giving you some things off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And say my goal is to send out something at least on a weekly or bi-weekly basis to help you with some tips and tricks. Either you can give them tips and tricks about marketing or about LinkedIn or some of the new platforms that I've discovered. And that way it covers you, and you can send some stuff about 5 billion sales or Tapestry or CashFX.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just make it like very simple at the beginning. Then I'll start sending those things out, like the Tapestry or 5 billion sales for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's perfect. I think that's a good start.
Well, something I wanted to share with you guys today, both Richard and Jeannie, is my 8 habits of success. And I have them on the wall up above my desk here. And Richard, are you there? You're muted. Well, maybe he's in the back 40. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this. This is being recorded. Oh, there you are, Richard. You're on mute, so it's okay. So the 8 habits of success that I really enjoy, and I use them all the time. Number 1, read every day. And the book I'm reading is Happy Pocket Full of Money. And I find that a lot of boomers were raised with the feeling of lack. Oh, we're too broke. We can't do that. No, that's too expensive. Oh, and my grandfather used to say, "What do you think I am, made of money?" If you asked him for a new pair of runners. And so this is a really good book. But there's other books. I've read Think and Grow Rich many times. I've read a lot of Dale Carnegie's books, all of Dale Carnegie's books, multiple times. And there's some people I would like to give a gift of Dale Carnegie sometimes when you meet people at networking meetings. So I read every day. And then number 2, I focus on high-level tasks first. So things that are really the most important things. So for instance, if I need to get back to some people that I've reached out to and they've responded to me on LinkedIn, I need to get back to them and send them whatever it is. So for instance, if I'm reaching out to people on LinkedIn and I say in my original message, thanks for connecting, Happy New Year. I've been exposed to, this is what I've been doing for the bump card. I've been, let's see, I'll give you the exact words here. And this has been working really, really well. So you can take it and reshape it for yourself. Where did it go? Here it is. Thanks for connecting with me here on LinkedIn. Happy New Year. By the way, do you look for ways to meet new people? ? I make you make money, generate more customers and team members for your business. If you would be open to watching a 12-minute video, just give me a thumbs up. Cheering your success, Christine. And then they get back to me with a thumbs up. And it's really easy for them to just click thumbs up, right? So I've got a whole bunch of people in my back office that I haven't had a time to go get back to today because I sent them all these thumbs up messages. And so when I get the thumbs up message, then I say, hey, great. I'm looking forward to hearing what you like best about this video. And then I send them the video in the chat of LinkedIn. So you can use the same thing for just about any business, really. You could use it for 5 billion sales. You could use it for Tapestry. You could use it for CashFX. You could use it for whatever business you want. It's generic enough. You just change the length of the video to match the video that you're planning on sending to them. Because sometimes they'll send the 4-minute video out, and sometimes they'll send a 3-minute video out. Sometimes they'll send a video that's my own that I've made that's really short. And that way they can get a little bit more information. Making sense?
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the high level tasks first. So that's a high level task. That's reaching out to get more connections so that you can build your business, get people to sign up, right?
Mhm.
And then make your health a priority. And Jeannie, you go and play pickleball several times a week. I know you're working on your health all the time. I have a treadmill in my living room. And lots of times I will just I will be on my phone. I'll use my phone and I'll get on a Zoom call, and I'll listen to the Zoom call, put myself on mute, and just walk on my treadmill while the Zoom call is going. And that way I'm not just sitting at my desk 24/7. Well, not quite that long, but you know what I mean. And so I make my health a priority, and then I learn from people that I admire. So I always have a coach, somebody that can help direct me, and that the books that I read are also usually people that have been very successful in business, and so I kind of admire them too. And then number 5, I plan my day the day before. So every evening when I close things down in my office, I have my list. I have my books, or I have my list. So I have my daily goals written down. And then I have also, I review my goals that I want to do in the longer future, the longer distance away. So my intentions, right? Or my longer goals, and they're in this book. So it helps me stay focused. And then I have a spreadsheet that I've put together for each thing that I'm working on. So if I'm working on 5 billion sales, or I'm working on the bump card or Tapestry or CashFX, I have a different spreadsheet for each one of those that I can put in how many people I reached out to for that platform that day, how many people I reached out to, how many people asked to see a video, how many people saw the video and I had a discussion with and decided to sign up, and then how much money I made as a result of those signups. So if you want to set up a spreadsheet like that, if you've not done spreadsheets, I can send a basic spreadsheet out to you, and then you guys can use it. So keep your goals in front of you. That's the next one, number 6. So plan your day the night before, keep your goals in front of you. I already sort of covered that. And then number 7 is take action, even when it's scary. And a lot of people have a hard time with the phone. They feel like this phone weighs 500 pounds. It's really hard to pick it up and call people. And so I break the ice by connecting with them on LinkedIn and Facebook. Mostly LinkedIn though. And I connect with them with a little blurb like, hey, I found you on whatever. I found you in a group. And I say the name of the group. I found you in the MLM network group, or I found you in the another XYZ group, right? It works really good to build a little bit of rapport with people, because not very many people are doing that. Not very many people are inviting people to connect with them through the groups. And if you invite people to connect with you through the groups, LinkedIn does not meter that. So they, when we do the searches and we try to connect with people through doing searches and just searching for people on LinkedIn without going into the groups, LinkedIn has that limit of 100 invites a week. that means you can invite, what, 15 people a day, or 12 or something, 12, between 12 and 15 people a day. And that's not very many people. When you think it's, the statistics are show 10, sponsor 2, right? So take action even when it's scary. And that's how you can sort of make it a little bit easier. So when somebody gives you a thumbs up and they want to see a video, then you can, and they get, then you make sure that you write them down or note them on your spreadsheet so that you can get back to them in a timely fashion. So wait a couple of days and then get back to them and say, hey, what did you like best about what you saw? And they'll say blah, blah, blah. And then you, depending on what their response is, you can say, well, hey, why don't we hop on a call? And then you get your digital calendar up there. We have a digital calendar on our bump card, and I have been using the digital calendar with Keep, but there is a digital calendar that you can set up with Google Calendar. A lot of people use Calendly as well. Calendly is it's free and you can use that. And you can attach your Google Calendar to that if you're using it. So get people to hop on a call with you so that you can answer their questions. And I'm going to recommend that you watch this video. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm going to share my screen again. I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, so I'm going to go into YouTube. And this video is really good. Simon Sinek. Oh, didn't work very good. Where is his? Start with why. This is what you need. Find your why and start with why. These are really good videos for you to watch. Oh no, this is his book. Okay. These are his books. Where is his? There's a video. Simon Sinek. Here we are. There we are. This is really good. Start with why. How great leaders inspire action. And it really gives you some good ideas on how to find your why and to build your why. So this is retry. Okay, there we go.
Mm.
I want to skip the ads. Can't get the sound to come on. Autoplay is on. There we go. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay, so I can hear it, but you guys can't. So you know which one to go for, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you can't hear it, you can go look it up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And Simon Sinek, Start with Why. He's got some really good videos out there that he's put together. He spends a lot of time working with millennials, but I've been listening. When I listened to this one, I went, oh boy, we could all use this. And I started listening to some more of his videos, and they're very good. And I follow Simon on LinkedIn. And so I see when he's coming out with a new video, I can see when his new videos are coming out. Making sense?
Mm-hmm. Great.
Awesome.
That helps.
Yeah, well, I find I learn a lot from video. I really enjoy it, and I can play a video when I'm on the treadmill, and I can replay it. I can stop it and then do some things that it suggests, and then I can play it again and play it again and again. But that's your number 8. Have a powerful and inspiring why.
Hmm.
And if your why is powerful enough, then other people won't be able to steal it from you.
Yeah, what I really found was I was always wondering, what is my why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing, but that's what I did over Christmas, is I really did some deep soul searching as to exactly what my why is. And I've realized, and I actually was starting to realize this last fall when I've been working with Gloria, and her teaching has helped me to really start digging deep and thinking about what my why is. She doesn't really like to talk about your why, but we need to have motivation somehow. We can't just pull it out of thin air. She calls it intentions, but I like to call it a why. Why am I doing this? And my why has come into the fact that I want to help alleviate global poverty. And that came about partly a lot of it from Gloria, but from all the people that I've been connecting with on LinkedIn. And there's so many people I've connected with on LinkedIn who are from other countries. I talked to one lady from Kenya who said that the average income for people from Kenya is between $30,000 and $1,000, $30, pardon me, and $1,000 a month. $30 a month. Like, nobody here could pay their hydro bill with $30 a month. If you lived in a little tiny one-room apartment, your hydro bill would still be more than that, let alone buy food and pay rent or a mortgage or a car payment. In North America, there's no way we could survive on that. And 80% of people in the United States are living on the government handout. 80%.
Wow.
So yeah, I was really shocked when I found that out. I just found that out this last week. I was going, oh my gosh, I didn't realize how many. So there's a lot of people out there that we can help and help alleviate world poverty. And the thing that breaks my heart is, well, so many different ways. I see all these veterans who go and give their life to serve their country, and they come back and they're handicapped and they have very little to live on. And I see children that go to school and they have no food before they go to school. They have no food in the house. And they did a survey or did some research on the slums, Harlem in New York. And they found one thing that these poor children had in their homes was usually most homes had a jar of peanut butter on the shelf. And that's all they had to eat, was to spoon out some peanut butter. And it was very seldom that they had bread to go with it. They just were eating plain peanut butter. So my heart goes out to all these people, and I'm not wealthy, but I have food on my table. and I have a roof over my head and heat, and I have a nice car that runs well and that I can drive, and all these things, and a comfortable bed to sleep in. I don't have to sleep on the floor, and just so many things that I'm so thankful that I have. And there's so many people in the world that don't even have that. They don't have a bed. We've had people move into apartments in the building that we manage here who don't have beds, and they're sleeping on the floor in their apartments. And there was one guy who passed away in our apartments, and his name was Walter. This was back in 2015. And he had a beautiful, almost brand new queen size bed and some really good furniture in his apartment and in dishes and things. And his family, his sister that we got hold of, she and her husband came up and they looked at all the stuff and they said, all we want is access to the bank accounts. We don't want any of this stuff. Get rid of it. Give it to people in the building. And so there was a young couple who were very, very poor that didn't have a bed. And we gave the bed to that young couple so they weren't sleeping on the floor anymore. And we gave a couch to somebody else, and we gave, end tables or storage shelves with the glass fronts. We gave those to some other people, and we're able to help other people out. But even right here around us, there are people that are struggling. There are people in our building who are having a real struggle trying to pay their rent. And so because of COVID, things have happened in their lives and they've been laid off work. And so we've been able to enter into payment plans with them to help them be able to pay their rent and be able to plug them into organizations in the city that will help them with their rent. And so my heart goes out to all these people. I want to help empower people and to help alleviate world poverty in any way that I can. So 5 billion sales is huge because it's free to sign up to 5 billion sales. And then all they have to do is log in 3 times a week and sponsor one other person. They just have to bring one person in. And then they can be considered an active member and get paid $400 a year. And they get paid $100 for each person they bring in who does the same thing that they do. But you guys know that. You're both in the program. We're just about out of time here. It's 3 minutes to the hour. Are there any other questions?
No, that's really good. I learned lots.
Yeah. Richard, if you want to get some help with setting up your CRM, just let me know and we'll schedule a time to help you with your CRM. Okay? Because what I'd like to do, Richard, is I'd like to be able to share screens and get the CRM set up and send out to each other. What we can do is send this messages, an email out to each other once we get it set up and see if it's working. Because I know, what's his name? Ordonio. His last name's Ordonio. Leonard, yes. He's sending me messages and they're coming to me 5 at a time, all the same. It's repeating. And so I sent him a message back saying that his messages from the CRM are coming to me multiple times, the same email. So he's done something wrong with his setup. So I want to make sure that we get everything set up right with yours and mine.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard.
So what I can't figure out is what Google's blocking and what they're not blocking, because it's very, very clear that they're blocking stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And then Apple seems to want to block what Google doesn't block.
Mm-hmm.
So it should all be working because
Yeah.
it's all in theory been verified.
Yeah.
And yet, again, the screenshots that 5PC Global sends
Mm-hmm.
aren't exactly the same as what I see.
Mm-hmm. I hear
And
you.
so I don't know. I don't know when I'm making an error and when I'm not.
Yeah. So what I'll do tonight, as soon as I finish all my meetings tonight, I have to get on another call right now. Because we've got a bunch more people that want to get on the turbochargers. So I'm going to give them a little PowerPoint presentation. So as
Okay.
soon as I finish all my calls tonight, I'm going to go ahead and set up just a little series of emails just to you, Richard.
Okay.
And then that way you can see if it's working, coming to you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we can talk
That sounds good.
tomorrow.
Okay. It sounds good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks again.
You're very welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'll see you next week.
You betcha.
Good week.
You too. Make it awesome.